Welcome everyone. In this presentation, I will show you very famous Miller theorem and its application in problem solving. We can solve op-amp-based problem or the high frequency model of BJT and MOSFET. So now we can start. Okay. So Miller theorem is basically a technique for the replacement for the replacement of the bridging capacitance of the bridging capacitance resistance or we can say the inductor, or in general we can say the impedance. Basically a technique for the replacement of the bridging capacitance resistance or inductor. For example, suppose I am saying in a high frequency of a BJT there will be some capacitor, say C mu and C pi, okay, and here Gm V pi, okay, and this and some circuits are there, okay. So I am not going to the other part, okay. So to solve such problem we can use this Miller theorem to we have to just replace this bridging capacitance by its equivalent impedance at the input side, at the output side. For example, suppose for the very basic I am just drawing a impedance, say Z, okay, and this one is the impedance and this one is a grounded, and this voltage is a V1 and the other side voltage is a V2 and the amplified voltage is K times of V1, okay. So now this impedance can be converted as Z1, say I am connecting this one, say Z1 and Z2, the same thing, okay. So this Z1 and Z2 be a function of Z, okay. So for example, for the time being I am saying this current is I. So this I current is nothing but simply higher potential V1 minus V2 by Z, or we can write V1 minus K times V1 by Z, okay. So now what we can say, now we are saying in this one this current is also I, okay, this current is also I, say, and this one is say I equals to I1, okay. So this I1 and this voltage say again V1 and this is say V2 is K times of V2. So we are just replacing this impedance with this type of structure. So this I1 is nothing but simply what we can write, V1 minus 0, so we can write V1 by Z1. So this I is same as that of this one. So if we equate these two terms with V1 by Z1, so what we get, 1 minus K by Z equals to 1 by Z1. So from here we can write Z1 equals to Z by 1 minus K. So this impedance value is Z1, Now similarly for Z2, what we have to do? Again we have to write the current equation. So what we can write, this current, say this one is say I2 is I. So this I2 value will be 0 minus V2 by Z2, and this I2 is nothing but simply I. So this can be equated with the V1 minus times of V1 by Z, and here we can write this V2 is nothing but simply minus K times of V1. Sorry, this should be V1. V2 is equals to K times of V1 due to amplified voltage. So this should be minus V2, okay, by Z2, then V1 1 minus K by Z. Okay. So this V1 cancel. I will show the importance in amplifier, how we have to use this concept in amplifier, all these things. So then we can say this Z2 value will be Z with a negative sign minus Z into K by 1 minus K. So we can write minus Z K, taking K common, okay, we can write 1 by K minus 1. So we can write this as Z by 1 minus K. So what I am doing, we are just taking this Z, okay, and this bridging impedance is replaced with two impedances, Z1 and Z2. After that we have to find the value of Z1 as a function of Z. Okay, so this current is I, so we have first find the value of I. Okay, now this I is equals to I1. So now after equating I equals to I1, we can easily find the value Z1. Similarly for I2, we can write this expression minus V2 by Z2, a simple Kirchhoff's voltage law, and I we know from this main figure. Now from that one we can easily have Z2 as a function of Z by 1 minus K. So if some circuit is there, then we can write this Z1 will always Z by 1 minus K, and Z2 is nothing but simply Z by 1 minus 1 by K. So this one is the simplified formula, we can say, for the Miller theorem. So very important thing is that if we think about the high frequency model, okay, just as an example, just I am taking some example high frequency model of, say, anyone, we can say the BJT, or suppose MOSFET. Okay, so for example I am taking the common source. Okay, so actually in high frequency model the two capacitance comes into picture, it is our CGS and CGT. To solve the output gain, we have to use the Miller theorem. How? For example, I am just taking the common source circuit. Say this one minus CSS, some capacitor, say bypass capacitor CB, okay, and some resistance RD, VDD, and one resistance is there RG, and some signal resistance R signal, and some V signal. Okay, or you can put one more capacitor, say CC1 and CC2 and RL and BR. Okay, now for this common source, if we go for the high frequency model, for the high frequency model, what we have to do, we have to just make the this capacitance across the gate to source CGS CGD, and here this one GM VGS, this voltage say VGS. Okay, and one more resistance is there RG, and one more resistance say R signal, we can say, then V signal, and here we can say one resistance R0 and RL. Okay, and one this RD will come. This one is a high frequency model, how we are drawing. Okay, this one, okay, I will make some video for the high frequency model also, but for the time being you just think this one is the high frequency model for a common source amplifier. So now here we can say there is this one is our bridging capacitor. This one is our bridging capacitor. So how we have to change the circuit? Okay, so for this purpose we have to use the Miller theorem. Okay, and what I am doing for this one, I just for the simplification purpose say I am writing V signal by using the Thevenin theorem. We can just removing this voltage, all these things, with some V dash signal and R dash signal, and this is our CGS. So one impedance will come, that is our C1, and another impedance come in the what, and for this one say this one is a RL dash. So I am making this as a RL dash. RL dash is equal to RO, RL and RD, and one more capacitor will come, say C2. Okay, and this one is the V output. So basically this CGD, initially there is a CGD, now we have removed this CGD. Okay, we have removed this CGD. Okay, so for otherwise I am removing this one, otherwise it will be some confusion. Means this CGD is removed. Okay, this CGD is removed here, removed. Okay, now so we can write this C1 is nothing but simply what we can write, CGD, okay, in bracket 1 minus K. Okay, and C2 is written as CGD 1 minus 1 by K. Okay, because in the impedance case, this Z1 equals to Z by 1 minus K, and Z2 equals to Z by 1 minus 1 by K. Now we have a capacitor. For the capacitor, this Z1 is nothing but simply Z times of 1 minus K for the capacitor. Okay, and Z2 equals to simple concept 1 minus 1 by K. So this C1 and this K value, is K is nothing but simply the gain, DC gain. Okay, so this K, where is my cursor? Okay, this K is the DC gain, and in this case the DC gain will be for the common source is minus GM RL dash. So we can write this as a C1 as a CGD 1 minus 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 plus Gm R del dash. So this C1 value will be like that, and C2 we can easily find. So this one is one of the method to derive the, and it is very simple to derive the V0 by V signal dash from this circuit in very easy manner. But if you think about, if you put the CGS, the circuit operation will be little bit difficult, but answer will come. But this thing is easily achieved by using the Miller concept, in which we can just removing the CGD with C1 and C2. So this one is the basic idea behind the simple concept how to replace the, what we can say, how to replace the bridging impedance. It may be capacitance, inductor, or our simple resistance. So this one is the one of the way. So now I am just going for one more numerical. So numerical will make you more clear. So for example, I am taking an op-amp based numerical or amplifier. Some amplifier is there, for example, having gain 100 and there will be some impedance. Okay, basically I am taking from microtelescope. This one says Z. It may be our resistance and capacitance. We will look what we have to take first, or first we have to take the impedance. So this impedance is say Z equals to, suppose, R, or say 1 mega ohm resistance, Z 1 mega ohm resistance, and this value is say V1, and this value is say V2. Okay, V1, V2, or we can write Vi, V0, anything, or we can write Vi, V0. Okay, so now we have to convert it to its corresponding Miller circuitry. So what we can write, or how we have to draw this one, V signal, R signal. Okay, and then after this Z is there, so there should be some Z1. Okay, and this one is an amplifier, so this should be our minus 100 times of Vi, and one more resistance or impedance, we can say Z2 will become in the parallel, and this one is the V0. Okay, so now this Z1, we can write this Z1 is nothing but simply our already derived the formula 1 minus K. So for example, Z is 1 mega ohm. Okay, so here Z is 1 mega ohm. So what we can write, 10 to the power 6 by 1 minus K. K is our minus 100. So 10 to the power 6 by 100. Okay, 100 plus 1. Okay, plus sorry, this will be minus plus 100, 101. So we can write this as a, if we solve 10 to the power 6 by 101, means 10 to the power 6 by 101. So if we have to write in kilo ohm, 100 by 1000 by 101, so it should be around 9.9 kilo ohm. So this value will be 9.9 kilo ohm. Similarly, we can find the value of Z2 as Z by 1 minus 1 by K by 2 and 10 to the power 6, 1 minus 1 by minus 100. So if we solve, so approximately it will come around 0.99 or 0.1 mega ohm, around it will come. So it should be 0.99 mega ohm. Now we have to find the output voltage. Output voltage, why? Because you have to find, suppose in a question we have to find V0 by V signal. So first we have to write this Vi, say this as a Vi. So this Vi is nothing but simply voltage divider rule. We have to write V signal into Z1 by R signal plus Z1. So if we solve by putting the V signal value, okay, suppose V signal value, okay, something, so just do it by putting Z1. Z1 is already we have derived the Z1 value, so after that we can put the value. Similarly we can find, why I am not putting the value, because we have to find V naught by V signal. So V naught is now minus 100 times of Vi. So if we put Vi, or from here we can write V naught by Vi. So V naught by, so just put the value of Vi. Okay, I take extra page. Now from next what we can do, we have V naught minus 100 Vi. So V naught we can write 100 into now Vi, this one is our Vi. So we can directly put V signal Z1 by R signal plus Z1. So V naught by V signal, the gain is minus 100 times of Z1 by R signal plus Z1. So now we can put the value, Z1 value around 9.9 kilo ohm, okay, and this value will be around 9.9 plus 10, say R signal is our 10 kilo ohm, so kilo ohm I am writing kilo ohm. So after solving this one, it will come around 50 or 97 volt by volt. So this one is the gain. Okay. Similarly, if there is a capacitor term is there, capacitor instead of this impedance, we can also find the value. Okay, for if there is a capacitor in this amplifier, okay, this amplifier is a capacitor, some capacitor, so we can also find this one C. So the C1 will be C times of 1 minus K, and the other C2 will be C by 1 minus 1 by K. So this one is one of the simplest way to think about the Miller's theorem, and it can be widely used in solving the high frequency model of a high frequency model in a high frequency model. Suppose in a high frequency model of BJT or MOSFET, we can use Miller theorem to solve the gain. So okay, so in coming video I will try to make the video to how to use the Miller theorem in high frequency model of BJT or MOSFET. So thank you for watching.